This is an Ellis Mowers and More product review. Interested in buying this product? The link is in the description below. Have a product inquiry or a home, garden, or automotive product or tool to review? Email me, ellis@ellismowers.com, or reach out on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. And as always, like and subscribe for more product reviews and small engine content. On today's review, we're going to look at this product from Dream Van. It is an 8-in-1 multifunction heat press. You can do shirts, cups, plates, hats, and of course the cups you can do many different styles and sizes, which is where the 8-in-1 comes from. This, in addition to all of this, it also came with a prepackaged design, some sublimation tape to keep your paper in design, or some tape to keep your design and stuff on there. You have a screwdriver, a wrench, and also just a little kind of a child-sized t-shirt if you want to put a design on that. So you get a lot in this one little package. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and plug everything in. I'm going to set everything up, and we're just going to go to town on trying to print some things here. I'm going to show you a shirt, I'm going to show you a cup, and I'm going to show you a hat. Let's go ahead and start with the shirt. Alright, pretty simple to operate here. In the manual it gives you kind of a range of temperatures that it needs to be on, and you just have to get it in the range. So you hit it once, it gives you the starting temperature, the lowest temperature that you want the press to go, followed by the highest temperature that you want the press to go. Do that in accordance to what you are working on. Now I hit the time and I get to the mode, and then if I hit the play pause button, it hits the set. And so when it hits 200 degrees here, in theory it should start counting down. It'll beep here in just a second. There you go. So it hit the temperature and then started counting down. So it's not tied to the press itself whenever you pull the press down, and it's finished. So it tells you when it's finished. That's how you use the timer function on this. So I've laid out the t-shirt on here. It says to put a sheet of either t-shirt paper or sublimation paper over top of it. That does not come in this package. Make sure you have your stuff stretched out properly as well. And I have 30 seconds set on the clock. So let me push this down and we'll start the timer. That's about 30 seconds. So we'll pull it up, pull it around, and we'll see if we can peel this design. Off here. I love these things. It makes screen printing and doing things like this really easy. And there you go. Now you have a screen printed t-shirt with your logo on it, and you're in business. So we're going to change from the shirt to the hat press. So what you have to do is you unscrew your connector here to the device, like the display. There's two screws. You use the provided screwdriver, which also doubles as a flathead if you need it. And you just loosen those screws, and then you can just work it out just like that. Fairly easy to do. Just remember, this is going to be a hot surface, so you have to be really careful, especially if you're trying to take it out not long after you finish using it. So for the hat press, what you'll do in order to open up or to do this is just take it in here and slide it. There's little sliders. You just slide it in to the screw holes. You may have to loosen up the screws just a little bit in order for it to go. Overall, relatively easy to change this out. Just some screws and a screwdriver here. So we're just going to, like I said, slide this in. Oops. And then screw it down. So that I showed you the top part. Now the bottom part, there's these 4 screws that came with the t-shirt press you have to take off. There's nuts on the inside as well. You have to hold the nut as you unscrew the screw. And that reveals the bottom portion of this. Now, make sure everything is still with you here when it comes to this. You can just slide your hat press down in there. And then if you want to put a nut or 2 in there, you can do that as well. And then your hat press is ready to rock and roll. Next. So what we're going to do now, I've got the hat logo, put everything down here for that. And I'm going to put the paper over it as well. I've got the logo and everything centered like I want it. I believe it's a little bit difficult to keep in that one spot there. Alright, we're going to slide this over. We're going to... Actually, I need to tighten this up a little bit because it was a little difficult to get on. So we're going to press... We got to press it down pretty hard. Press it down kind of hard. We're going to do 30 seconds. It's just a little difficult to get the contour of the hat makes it a little bit harder in order to get it off, or to get it around there and get it down and pressed. So after 30 seconds or so, I probably, because of this thick fabric of the hat, probably should have done it for more. What you need to do is just make sure that your design is exactly like you want it to be on the hat before you press it down. Obviously, this is a learning experience, but it's not about my skill set. It's about the concept of, does this work? And the answer is yes. So just do your research. Be dialed in on what you want here. So that's how it works. Again, we've got a hat here with a logo on it, and could be better, obviously, but in terms of the iron-on feature and everything, if you're going to be making professional hats and stuff, then you're going to be probably using better supplies than me when it comes to the hats. But in terms of it working, it works just fine. I probably should have left it on a little bit longer and done a little bit more care in putting this logo on. Now the mug press is a little bit easier, and it just beeped on us, so that's good. Means it's ready. All you have to do is just plug it in. It doesn't attach to any of this base or anything. So what I'm going to do now, I've already put my design and some sublimation paper on here. And I'm just going to slide it in. Now you have different press types for larger mugs and mugs that are oddly shaped, or are more like this instead of flat. This one, the screen is going to be flat where I'm going to put this. So we're going to press this on for about 40 seconds or so. I do want to mention that this aluminum heating element on the outside is a little sharp. I cut my finger on it trying to do this a little bit earlier. So just remember that. Awesome. First shot on that one. And it came out beautifully. So really excited for that. Again, my skill level is not very good when it comes to heat presses. However, you can show that even a beginner can halfway pull off stuff. Just remember, I did put this on the entire flat part of the mug. This is iron-on vinyl. I put it on for 40 seconds with sublimation paper, and it seemed to do the trick. So that worked out really, really well. If you are using the plate press, use it like a t-shirt. So you're going to keep the base that was on the bottom for the t-shirt, and you're going to swap the top for this plate press. Fairly easy to do, pretty straightforward. Just read the instruction manual as to the temperatures and the time that you need to set for that as well. So there we go, guys. That is a review and demonstration of this Whubefy Dream Van 8-in-1 press. One other thing I want to mention is if you did need to change the mug press out, you have to undo these 8 screws and put whatever press you want on there. I wanted to mention that as well in this video. Lastly though, look at this. We've got a shirt, mug, and a hat. The hat didn't turn out like I wanted to. Hats, I think honestly, are the hardest thing to do on one of these heat presses due to the curvature of it. So you just have to take your time in order to do that. That's the only thing I really needed to do there, is probably put it on for a little bit longer and just take my time a little bit more lining up the logo and everything along those lines. It's a little quirky, but still, we got it done. The shirts though, man, if you're doing shirts, these things will just crank them out like nobody's business. And the mugs, again, with the iron-on vinyl, really did a good job overall in terms of pressing and sticking on there. So that's really good. Really happy with it. Again, if you just have, if you're an influencer and want to make some merchandise or something for your followers, or if you just run like a little small screen printing business that warrants getting one of these presses like this, if you do mugs, plates, hats, and shirts, and just want kind of an all-in-one tool in order to do that, this will do it for you. Even a novice like me can put out halfway decent designs, but you always have a spare or an error here and there, so don't get discouraged by that. Practice eventually does make perfect. I don't have a lot of practice when it comes to putting these heat presses together, but again, even a beginner can make pretty good designs. Thanks again for watching this product review. Hopefully y'all found it helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one.